Hello. I am at my favorite burger joint. It's called Patty Wagon. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you why you need an expungement. One, because you can get one. There's no reason why you should have something on your record when it can be expunged. If you've got something on your record that can't be expunged, there's nothing we can do about it. But if we can do something about it, well, let's do something about it. Okay. Now, you've got a drug conviction. All of that kind of stuff is expungible. Okay. But a lot of other felony crimes, white-collar crimes, embezzlement, things like that, can be expunged. I've expunged things like indecent exposure, felony indecent exposure. There's so many things that become easier. One, you don't have to explain yourself. You get pulled over, you don't have to explain yourself. You're buying a gun, and they see something, it's domestic, but it got dismissed. Oh, wait a minute. All that sort of hesitation goes out the window. There's no explanations anymore. It just doesn't come up. So sometimes in the daytime, it's just nice. What's up with this camera? It's just nice to knock back 100 grams of protein. Gives you that energy. Gives you that good cognitive function. Okay. No, that's not what you want to hear about. You want to hear about how you can be more successful, how you can make a bigger impact, how you can accomplish your goals and make progress. Let's do it, man. Knocking it back. Making some progress. So, you want to get in the cannabis industry, get an expungement. Just clean that stuff up. When you can get an expungement, by me, Travis Charles Smith, travischarlessmith.com. At the prices I charge, less than $1,000, clean everything up. Why wouldn't you do it? Some lawyers charge $2,500. They don't do as many as I do. They don't crank them out every day, every week, knocking them out. My prices are low because I do so many of these. I know what I'm doing. I can get you qualified in 30 seconds. Give me a couple minutes, I can ask you the right questions. Get you done. You can hire me over the phone, pay me over the phone. I get you started. You never have to leave the house to get an expungement with me. You never have to come to court. The few times I do have a hearing, I win them. That's a lot to bite on. lost it. Make a headway. These things are so hot. I've been sitting here so long. So hot. Okay. I want you guys to put in the comments what you want me to talk about. I'm going to shoot some videos. See if I can answer some common legal questions you guys have. But first, how about this? How about I tell you... Here's a common topic. Do you need an LLC for your small business? And what does it do? And what is it exactly? Yeah. LLCs are great, and they provide limited liability. But let me cut through. LLCs, this is where they really help you. LLCs help you when it comes to the financial side of it, not necessarily the injury side. I mean, they do, but if you have any, if you think that like there's a possibility somebody could get hurt at your business or you could get sued or something like that, there's a different product. It's called insurance. Buy insurance. Okay, it's cheap. You can buy like $1 million of coverage, and that's better than having a shield of the entity, because you want the entity to have coverage anyway. You don't want to be defending your own case. You buy insurance. Insurance. Okay, insurance is this great product. You pay a little premium, and then if someone sues you, they go hire the lawyers and they go fight it out for you. You sit back and do nothing. Maybe they win, and it's all good. If they lose, no skin out of your back. They pay for it. Okay, so when it comes to liability, just go buy insurance. Now, having an LLC protects you in liability in other ways. Tax liability, and it's also more important for your, borrowing money, your credit, your accounts, things like that. So this is where an LLC really helps you. Because when you have an LLC and you get a credit card with the LLC's name, or you get lines of credit, you're creating a separate credit profile. Okay? Which means, like, when you go do your own credit check, that debt is not going to show up. When you go to buy a home, they're not going to see that you have $500,000 in debt for the business. You have an LLC, you do it that way. That's where it helps you. The other way is in tax liability. Okay. So when you're self-employed and you're a small business owner, you have to pay self-employment tax. When you have an LLC or any kind of entity, now you have options on your tax filing status. So you can file as an S corporation or a C corporation if you want. With an S corporation, you get to limit the amount of self-employment tax you pay. Okay. My screen's blacked out, so I can't see you. So I've got to. There we go. So you can claim, hey, I as the owner of this company, I'm also an employee, and I only pay myself this much money. Say the gross income of the company is $100,000. You can say I as the owner, as an employee, I only make $30,000 salary, and you pay your self-employment tax, your payroll tax, your Social Security, Medicare. You can limit it to just that $30,000, and then not have to pay that, because on the remaining income you're going to pay income tax. Don't pay income tax and your self-employment tax. So those are where having an LLC really helps you. I get calls from friends and a lot of other people that are just like, hey man, I got this small business. Do I need this? Help me get an LLC started, because I want to limit my liability. And it's like, well, yeah, if you really are concerned about liability, just go buy insurance. That's not to say the LLC is pointless for the other reasons I outlined. That's where it really helps you out, is on the financial end. Man, I actually wasn't that hungry today. Didn't have a long workout. I did. I worked out for a little bit less than an hour. You know, about 55 minutes. I did some sumo deadlifts, supersetted with just overhead presses. I did a little kettlebell swing, tricep extension warm up for about 10 minutes, and then I jumped into the pulls, 315, 355, 385, 405, and then came back and did 355, 4 sets of 6. I did 6 across the board. I just like ramping up. It's so much, for me, it's so much easier to ramp up as opposed to straight sets. I do use straight sets for things like, for example, on squat. There's certain milestones. For me, I recently did 365, 5 sets of 5, because that's a milestone. But most of the time I hate doing just pick a weight and keep doing it, 5, rest, do it again. I hate that. I'd much rather go 315, 345, 365, 385, back down to 365, 355, bam, 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 bam. With, maybe finish off at 335. The average intensity averages out. God, it's just so much easier to get through the workout when you're ramping up and ramping down than just, okay, here's my weight. Oh man, that's just mind-numbingly boring for me. It's effective, just sometimes it's hard to get through mentally. I recently did 395 by 5 on squat. I ramped up to it and then back down 365. Did a few sets and 345. That was a good one. The next milestone is hitting that 405 for 5, and then the real milestone is hitting 405 for 5 sets on squat with the rope. Okay, so finishing up here, I gotta head back to the office. Got a few new expungements picking up, checking status on other ones. I crank these things out really quickly. I advertise and I say less than 60 days, but a lot of times I get them done in like 30, 40 days. past results are not a guarantee of future results, whatever that disclaimer is. Probably like the most reckless guy when it comes to disclaimers. For risk, period. I don't worry about that shit. I don't think about it at all. Too many businesses, too many people think too much into that stuff. What you need to do is you need to focus on making money, building your business, and just hammer it. Okay? The other stuff, don't worry about it. Don't think too much about risk mitigation. Okay? If you want to start a business, start it, get after it, go hammer. What you need good customers. That's all you should worry about. Do not talk to a lawyer before you start a business. Do not talk to an accountant before you start a business. If you talk to those people, it'll never get off the ground because they will convince you that there's so many things that you need to do before you get started, and you don't. What you need to do is you need to find people that want to pay you for your product or service. Okay, that's where you need to put all of your effort. Okay, you don't have a business until you have people that want to pay you for some sort of value that you're going to exchange with them.
Me too.
So, if you want to contact me, there's a link below. Expungements, I've got you covered. The entire state of Oklahoma, I'll help you out. Business consulting, cannabis business consulting, and of course, you know what I've always done for the last 10 years before I did all this expungement stuff, litigation, lawsuits. That's how I made a name for myself. My whole career has just been prosecuting, defending lawsuits. So that's my number one expertise. But I really like the expungements. I like that I'm able to charge a flat, low price. It's something that's in high demand. It's something that everybody needs. There are hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people in Oklahoma that could benefit from this. There are hundreds of thousands of people just in Oklahoma City that could benefit from an expungement. If you know someone, holler at them. Say, hey man, I found this YouTube video of this dude. He ate like 6 hamburger patties, and he talked about how you can expunge your record, man. Nobody can see it. It's cheap. He only charges $4.99 plus the court costs. You know, less than $1,000. Get this thing completely off your record. Nobody will know about it. Oh man. I mean, I'll tell you, what are the most common crimes that I expunge? You've got, drug offenses, all the different ones. Marijuana is big, but I had one this morning. It was like possession of hydrocodone. Then you got drug offenses in category. Here are the most common. You've got drug offenses. You've got like white collar offenses, embezzlement, things like that. Theft crimes. And then like another really big one is domestic cases, domestic assault and battery. I'm sorry, I have something in my teeth right here bugging me. But because you're at a house, you get in a fight with your spouse, your family member, your cousin, your grandpa, whatever. You're at a home and you're with some people, friends, family, and someone gets loud, someone gets in a fight, cops get called. And then, you know the story, it gets blown out of proportion, the police don't listen to reason, somebody gets arrested, bam, now you've got a record. Even if they don't press charges. Or they press charges and then you hire a lawyer and they dismiss the case. Nobody looks at the fact that it got dismissed. What do people look at? They look at arrested for domestic assault. And these records, I mean, I had one this morning, domestic assault and battery by strangulation, you know. There's different types, there's different levels of assault and battery. There's with a deadly weapon, there's with strangulation. Never mind that, you know, you wouldn't hire a lawyer because it was all a bunch of bull. You should never have been arrested anyway. Someone should never have called the cops, but someone in the house did. And then, you know, maybe they, whatever. The point being is that you didn't commit the crime, and then you got the case dismissed. Man, that record still follows you around. You don't need to have that out there. That's nobody's business, okay? That one bad thing that happened that one time, that was really embarrassing or whatever, that bad weekend, that trauma, nobody needs to know about that. Nobody should know about that, okay? Get that expunged. So if you know somebody that's got something like that, and you know what? If you pled guilty or you got a conviction, you paid a fine, that's okay. I can help you too. It doesn't have to just be dismissed, okay? So we can expunge that. Anyway, my name is Travis Charles Smith. You can find me at travischarlessmith.com. You can call me or you can text me at 405-701-6016. Leave a comment below. Comment if you want an expungement, need an expungement, know anybody. Comment if you like to smoke weed or eat cheeseburgers. Just holler at me, okay? Thank you for watching.